What is going on, guys? It is finally time, and it just dropped 16 seconds ago. Your boy's on top of it to make up for yesterday. I'm sorry. I had work. I know reveal season is not fair to all of us, but reveal season is officially here, and this is going to be the last, pretty much the last reveal into tomorrow, where they'll drop Jack, and then usually after that they'll be doing the reveals. I will be in Snooey's. And I was gonna say True Talent because I see him right here. But Grappler stream, probably hovering between both of them. Hopefully I see you guys there. My Twitch name is Cash Bryant, so if you see me in one of their chats, I don't chat often, but if you see me in there, that's why. I'm usually in both of their chats. I have a lot of points. I watch my Late Like Grappler and Snooey's streaming most likely right now. So let's check out these lovely cards and see what Jack is going to be doing. Hard prediction. All right, I already see some brash. Oh my god. Okay, wait, I saw this and it gives brash strike critical. Okay, left or right, okay, and I'll go to Mobilytics just in case there is more, right? So we have the Pocket Picker, Last Breath, create a coin in hand. So Bilgewater Ionia, is that already a deck? I'm just thinking, like, is there already a deck that does that outside of, I guess, the Plunder card? You trigger Plunder and then it activates the Blades. Is that going to be a thing? I know Ionia, you know, Aurelia's rotating, but what if you actually still run this type of deck? Because refill, the coin thing could actually work really well with spaz attacking. Like, it really does well with that. So that would be interesting. One cost, Blade Dance, and you just keep triggering the guy that's on the field. Because if you trigger the, oh my god, that has to be one of the decks I have to play, regardless of what the hell Jack does. Babs, when you refill mana, grant me +1/+0 for each mana refilled. Grant me as well. That's a really cool card because when you refill mana, I wonder, I'm assuming it means only the regular mana, but it doesn't say mana. So, like, just for example, right, if you use Flash of Brilliance, does this game get +3? You know, that would be a really cool thing, but it's obviously supposed to have synergy with coin, which does give you the mana, so you don't really have to go outside of this. Plus, it has absolutely no keywords, so there is that. But you can obviously give it a keyword with the Barnacles. Barnacles. Oh, that's so clever and cool. 2 costs. Equipment that gives +1/+1. I do wonder and be very afraid when they go back and look at the attach archetype. There's so much hand buffing, there's so much crazy stuff that you can do with buffing units in the hand, and attach was supposed to probably make a resurgence there, but I feel like they're not willing to touch it just yet. But now we're doing more stuff with things that are already on the field. So buffing this up, Babs, right, by its own right, then you give it the Barnacles, so things that have low health can't block into it, right? Going to be very interesting if there's so much brash. I'm assuming not. I don't think that they'll bring out too much of it. It's kind of like certain keywords just don't have that many of it, like I would think Formidable, right? Formidable is pretty cool in certain archetypes, but they don't like do too much because of their lowering power, right? And same thing with brash, right? Maybe it will come to a point where brash is not that great of a keyword because of, I don't know, heal becomes more popular or tankier units become more popular. But trading in general is an awkward thing for most players to do. It's very awkward for myself, and I find it when I watch higher people in Masters and when I watch tournaments. And one of the biggest things that you could tell that they're deliberating on is trading units, trading damage. Should I block that? Should I block should I go for the unit trade, or should I go for the more optimal trade and let this one block this? I'll take a little bit more damage, but I can then attack with it, or kill 2 units with 1 unit, like to go 2 for 1. Like, I think that it's going to be very interesting how brash gets put in there, because trading could then make that unit unable to block a stronger or crazier unit depending, right? And sorry I went on a tangent on that, but I think it is important to know how influential something like brash being put on multiple units can actually affect the game in a large way. Let's go to the next slide. It's going to be Nukel. When I'm summoned, create a fleeting Mako in hand, which is a 4-cost card, as you can see right here. When I'm summoned, create a Bull in hand, fleeting, and there goes Bull. When I'm summoned, rally. Okay, so obviously what they want to do here, what they're pretty much trying to do here, completely out the gate, is a coin thing, right? So you have an elusive into an overwhelm into a brash unit, which is insane. This is a 6/6 brash unit when I'm summoned and rally, giving Bilgewater access to a rally. But it is if you were to try to play it on curve, it's 12 manas, which you literally can't do without coins influencing somewhere, shape, or form in there. Now, this activates when it's summoned. There's ways to obviously multiple summon it if you need to, but it is pretty interesting and unique at the very least, right? I do like this. And then even if this is a 6-cost play, right, when I'm summoned and this one creates the bull, you're not always going to be able to use the follow-up card. But that's weird because that's only what, 3 cards technically. I mean, this is a follow, like 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that they're revealing here, so it automatically means that coin synergy is what you're looking for. But is it a strong enough archetype to not include Ionia, which is where all the other coins are? Now, it is crazy that it's funny that, you know, you see Jack and Set fighting, and it's weird that they're synergized, like they're supposed to be in the same deck, which is kind of funny. I like that, actually. It almost is like how people run Diana and Leona, where they're clearly like rivals, right? But their decks kind of synergize with each other. You have the Daybreak card that goes first, and then you have the Nightfall cards that follow afterwards, and both units level up when their signature keyword pops off. So far so good. Let's go on to Mobalytics to see if there's any additional cards, because I refuse to get screwed over by that again. No, apparently not. So he just basically revealed 4 cards, and knowing me, I could talk hours for this, right? So it just seems as though we have more coin synergy, which I'm actually happy, because what I wanted to do, I want to do a video specifically on coin, and I'll probably drop it tomorrow after seeing what Jack is, because by that time, while people are creating and doing other decks, I'll have to use that time to make a video of what I think coin is going to be. And I do think that is going to be very interesting, and I already have notes on what I think the deck is going to kind of do for other archetypes outside of this. Like, I obviously, when I wrote it as soon as I saw Set, so I was kind of curious if there were going to be more coin cards before I make my Pythagorean theorem, if I will. But it seems as though it is going to be strong, especially like something like an equipment, because remember, I know that, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I forget what I do like theories or deep dives into certain cards. Like, sometimes I forget that this card in a coin-based deck is going to be a 3 of. This card is going to be a 3 of. This card is going to be a 3 of. If you're like really trying to use coin, you're going to run multiple copies of the coin generating cards. So like in a deck, it's going to look nuts, right? It's going to look crazy. You might be able to stack coins like crazy. And now we actually finally have, outside of Set, I think that there was no other cards. No, actually, we can go down, right? And this is like just going back, right? Like, some of these cards are one-off, right? But they don't create coins. This is another coin generating card, right? A card that can constantly keep generating a coin for you, right? Because some of these other cards, they have to be summoned, and then you have to resummon them another time or something like that. Like, this one is off play. This one is when you use this card. But this card can stick on the field and keep generating coins for you. So that's kind of like, to me, more important when it comes down to how strong coins are going to be. Same thing with the Bar Knuckles. Now we have another card that can constantly keep generating coins, and it's Strike. This card actually is probably what puts coins on the map, because then you actually can go in some place like Shurima and start hitting them with the bonk, right? Hitting them with the siphoning strike, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like the same thing with the the swinging glaive that's giving you all these keywords and all these buffs, all these triggers. Now you have a card that's going to constantly be able to do that, or you go into Demacia now, because now again this equipment on its own opens up the coin archetype so much, because he's going to be a Bilgewater character. That's why all these cards are Bilgewater. So he's not Runeterra. We're not getting a Runeterra champion here. But like the fact that you can just smack this on, and then now you have to also think of, like I said, regardless of this archetype, Bar Knuckles, Bilgewater deck with Demacia, with Noxus, actually. You could definitely still run Noxus with this card. First of all, the stats are kind of crazy. They might tone it down. I'm just, it's just a 2-cost. +1/+1. It probably might go to 0 on either side, either the power or the health, because you're also getting Brash alongside it. Giving other keywords like that, plus giving a coin, which is stacking, and regardless of what unit it has on it, the coin still gets generated because it's about strike. If they wanted to nerf it again, they can make it by attack. This card is really, if the coins are strong, it's going to be because I think of this card and obviously the other generators of it. And then you just have Nukel here, who is just a benefitter of strong coin thing. Like, obviously, you can go Nuka and drop the barnacles on him. He's elusive. More elusives, by the way. Another elusive for Bilgewater, which is, you know, some of this stuff is kind of problematic, especially when you're buffing an entire board based on what region you're playing. So, yeah, 2-1 into a 4-4-4, into a 6-6-6 that rallies, that has Brash, so it can't be blocked by a lot of stuff, with some little, you know, some little pings here and there, or having to trade earlier because of the curve. All of a sudden, you can't block this guy, you know. So Brash is extremely strong, and I think that this is going to be crazy. Imagine you can also give this to, obviously I was gonna say Set, but Set has Challenger. You don't want to give like a fearsome Challenger. That was the whole joke that we had with you know, with Blue Cane, right? Blue Cane, what the hell is that? But this is cool. I definitely am looking forward to what Jack does. I'm assuming he has a coin synergy. It'd be interesting if they gave him the same level up requirement, but my assumption is that his level up requirement, let me throw it on the rack because I'm already technically wrong, because I thought he was going to be a Runeterra champion that allowed you to put plunder cards in your deck. I don't even know if he technically works with Samara. He doesn't seem to be Samara synergy. I think that they throw us a curveball. Technically, the two fighting characters have more synergy together than usually like the two characters combined, but they don't have beef in their cinematics and stuff like that. Like, you don't release the Gnosis Renekton deck and be like, oh look, Renekton chokeslamming his brother. I don't know if they're brothers, I forgot, but. I don't know. I can't figure out what Jack is supposed to do. His original thing was about dealing damage to a unit to deal damage to the Nexus or to a unit, and it seems like I thought maybe he would do something with minions, but he's not going to do that. The only thing I could think of, since the Brash is still pretty on the lower end, is that he has Brash himself. He's going to be a 5-drop, I'm thinking. Wait, what is Set? Set's a 5-drop too, right? Or is he a 4-drop? I think Set's a 4-drop. So Set's a 5-drop. Do you make them both the same? No. So I have to, since Set is a 5-drop, I say Jack's a 6-drop. I think Jack's a 6-drop because we have middle range, and then you have Samara as a short range. So he has to be like a 6-drop, and his level up is going to be based on how many coins you've played, which is actually weird. Or how much mana coin has given you, forcing you into a coin archetype maybe, and then you're going to see even more coin-based units. Or how many cards you've played after you spent. I don't fucking. I can't even make this shit up if I tried, bro. It just seems weird. Like, how do you formulate that? How do you make this champion level up with coins? Like, I think Set makes the most sense, but they could make them the same level up after you spent this amount of mana. Or, well, actually, technically, Set is how much mana you spent. And you could theoretically make Jack, yeah, see, you spent 40 mana, and you could actually make Jack similar to, I guess, Nami, right? Nami is about how much spell mana you gain. He could just be, in general, how much mana you have regained back, right? So it's a little bit different, but there are a couple other cards that kind of like help you gain just mana in general, like, yes, like Flash of Brilliance and stuff like that, which is spell mana, but could still count and could help you level him up a little bit earlier. Or it could be a big bomb. They can make him like some 7 cost with a crazy effect. Like, I don't know, the 7 costs haven't really done too well, like a Malphite and stuff like that, but it could be him. Maybe there's a bigger payout for Jack the winner. So maybe he's just supposed to come out and just be leveled when he comes out and just destroy everything. So yeah, I think he's just definitely creating coins. I think he's also creating coins himself. And I think that's really the only thing I could think of. He's probably creating coins on round start or on strike or attack or something like that to assist with the coin stuff. And then he has a really big payout for spending mana. Like, maybe he generates a card that you're able to kind of like the Thermogenic Gem, like you can spend a lot of mana to utilize this effect. The more mana that you utilize, the better. So you can do a bunch of stuff. You use a coin, the coin gives you a bunch of mana, and then you utilize this effect. Or maybe it has a tiering effect, which I don't think that they've had so far in this game. That's more of like, I know Yu-Gi-Oh has that. Like, if you spend 10 mana, if you spend 2 mana you get this, you spend 3 mana you get this, you spend 4 mana you get this, and the more you spend, the more effects get triggered. And I think that would be pretty cool for someone that's collecting coins and money and stuff like that. But anywho, that's gonna be it for me. I know I've talked, I rambled a lot, but these are really good cards actually for Bilgewater. Obviously, Tommy Boy. I'm thinking about my boy Kench. See if there's something that can help Kench here, and the answer is still no. But hey, maybe we could. Maybe there'll be something else in the woodworks that will help out Kench, but it seems not really. So that's gonna be it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. What is your favorite card, and do you think Jack is going to be good, bad? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys. Peace.